Oh my gosh. Oh no, we're live. I'm not feeling ready. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm going to do my best, folks. I kind of have empty notes for the day, by the way. We just got a bunch of incredible information. It is crazy. Pinch me, the world we're living in. Literally, war is upon us in so many tactics. Now, it's silent. It's going under the radar. It's the most clever war tactics we've ever experienced, and we haven't really felt this on these levels as a civilian populace any more than we have as of late. And it seems to me and so many others that they are only investing more and more in these type of tactics, and they're ramping it up more and more. Oh no, should we be shaking in our boots? Absolutely freaking not. Because we outnumber these freaking nimwits. Alright? Like thousands, hundreds of thousands to one. Hundreds of thousands to one. We have nothing to fear. If we could only pull our heads out of you know where, right? And stop engaging in the bread and the circus and frankly the things in this life that just genuinely do not matter. Now, let me say a caveat here. Of course these things would matter if we weren't in a wartime. Of course they matter to all of us. Even during a wartime, I can admit they matter to me. But considering the war tactics, I want to secure what matters by addressing the war tactics to ensure we have the freedoms to engage in what we care about. So it is as though too many are still plugging into the matrix. Yes, not today, Satan. Not today. Welcome to a muzzle chat. Let's just switch things up. I hope you're having a blessed day. I am so grateful to our loving creator God. He just keeps revigorating me, giving me the clarity, the amazing individuals I need in my life. Shout out to John, the Forgotten Soldiers, everyone involved in that platform, everyone that's gained the courage to step forward and share their stories and come on the podcast. Let your voices be heard. That is truly leading by example, and let the haters hate. Come what may. It's so crucial that we fulfill our roles in this life. What's there to fear? Let's do a screen share. Now, we've shown this quite a bit as of late, but I'm not the best read. So maybe I'll even read through this at the end of the episode. It's not that lengthy. But the good old Nuremberg Code, folks. Why are, do words, does a legal system, do laws, does God's law, does justice, does our freedom, does the infringement on our freedoms, the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, does any of that mean anything to us anymore? Does it? Because if it does, by golly, what are we doing? What are we waiting for? With the war tactics that have been deployed up to this point, we'd have to be some type of insane or completely hacked or dumbed down and poisoned and sickened to an extent that we're just engulfed in that more so than willing to face the reality of the situation and world we live in. So do not fear. There's a lot of, depending on what you're struggling with, God's there to pave the way. He's there to breathe light. Look at Jesus Christ. He was able to fulfill miracles, heal the blind. You know the whole list. The God, the creator that breathed light into, made all this come into existence, doesn't have the power to pave a way for us or snap his fingers, perform miracles for us in our lives. What little faith? He 100%. He single-handedly breathed life back into me when there seemingly was none. When I exhausted myself, my finances, loved ones, efforts to support me and seeing me well. So if you're not aware, but the majority of Unmuzzled Chat warriors are aware, I've been fighting Lyme disease. It's an old school bioweapon, and it doesn't even compare to this new age biowarfare. It's horrific, but it got me to a place I was knocking on death's door. And I just know that if God can perform those miracles in my life for me, he absolutely will and can for you or anyone you know. Mark Bashaw, Lieutenant Mark Bashaw, in all his work, freedom fighter right here, folks. What an amazing source of information. I encourage you, we have the link down below to check out all this content and everything that he's engaged in, and so many of our soldiers are engaged in on our behalf to secure our health, laws, freedoms, the whole nine. It's so important. And here we go. John and Scott with the Forgotten Soldiers. Go follow them. Just click this button right there. I'm not going to click it because that will unfollow. Well, look, unfollow, follow. There we go, folks. That's how easy it is. You can click the bell icon on. Instant, daily, weekly, none. Whatever works for you. Rumble is an amazing app. We need to get more people on free speech platforms. These poor souls don't know what they don't know. They don't know what evil does not want them to know. And that's one of the war tactics, clear as day, indisputable, okay? They have clearly done everything they can to maintain the pulpit, so to speak, to maintain the megahorn, right? And label anything else as propaganda. Anything else is misinformation. Well, we have them red-handed, okay? In this very episode, lying, gaslighting us, manipulating us with none other than the pandemic itself. But what a blessing when you can acknowledge and recognize those evildoers that took those talking narratives, those organizations. So on an individual level, on a platform level, on a news outlet level where they're not fulfilling news at all, they're fulfilling their slave masters' orders and their propaganda. That is the world we live in. And look at the Matrix. It's seriously more than a documentary versus a movie, okay? It would be insane to take the blue pill to your detriment with the war tactics they're deploying, just hoping that you don't end up targeted or one of your loved ones end up targeted. It's beyond targeting. It's full, utter control and enslavement the rulers and the evildoers in this world want. And it's a complete destruction of the family unit. It's the bloodlust of the devil himself trying to hurt God. I mean, he is effectively hurting God in a huge way. I can only imagine how he is still sitting back watching what is playing out in our time and not engaging. I can't even imagine. But I know a lot of you are breathing light into him. I know a lot of you are the reason he hasn't just completely stepped in. So while we're here, what better things are there to engage in other than the spiritual warfare? And yes, even the kinetic warfare, the warfare that's happening in this life against our physical being, our makeup, our bodies, our minds, hindering us from even fulfilling the very purpose as to why we're here. So I'm so grateful for men like this in my life. Forgotten Soldiers is doing us all a great service. So that being said, let's do a bit of a throwback here, okay? This is an old school commercial, but let's grasp what they say here. This is incredible actual information to obtain and really absorb, okay? Let's really absorb what they have to say here and put it in comparison to what we just dealt with. Because even if you are somehow still pro-jab, okay, and you believe that COVID shot saved your life, you can't deny that it's killed some people. Some people, okay? So with that, let's watch this, and I'd like your thoughts after.
This is Channel 7's 11 o'clock Action News with Bill Bonds, John Kelly, and Detroit's #1 news team.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Bill Bonds, and here's a look at what's happening tonight. And what's happening is that the swine flu vaccination program ground to a halt from coast to coast today. There have been now 12 reported deaths so far, with victims dying just a few hours after receiving them.
12? I mean, anyone dying from a supposed solution, how can that be called a solution? But in comparison to what we just went through, only 12? Okay, what's the outcome?
Those inoculative shots, all of the victims were elderly persons, and all, we are told, died of apparent heart attacks. In the state of Michigan, the state health director, Maurice Risen, ordered a stop to all swine flu shots after 3 Michigan men died hours after receiving their vaccinations. Health officials estimate that 10,000 Michigan people have already received their shots, and President Gerald Ford told ABC Television News tonight that he intends to get his vaccination.
This is Channel 7's 11 o'clock Action News with Bill.
All right, did you catch that, or did I talk over it too much? Swine flu vaccine was ground to a halt. It was ground to a halt after 12 deaths. All right, let's burn the midnight oil. Now, why am I interrupting this episode? Well, that's a very good question. You should actually know the answer. YouTube is a tyrannical platform. You ask them why they're actually censoring truth under the guise of hate speech, under the guise of misinformation or disinformation or conspiracy theory or anti-Semitism or racism, any type of ism. They literally are full, commie, tyrannical control. This is something I don't get. The majority of the population still seems to be on YouTube versus Rumble. I don't get that. No one is immune to their actual misinformation, their actual propaganda machine. No one's immune to that. So if, in fact, you spend a good majority of your time on YouTube versus Rumble, you're not immune. It's no secret. You will, in fact, be manipulated. You will be misled. Because why? Why? You don't even know what they're censoring because it's not on their dang platform. You don't even know. And let me just pose this. The majority of the content that I've been censored on YouTube mainly has to do with sounding the alarm regarding your health. Trying to actually bring real evidence, information that could save your life and your loved ones' lives, and they're censoring it. What does that tell me? That tells me one thing. Evil in this world would rather dumb you down, let's be real, they're incentivized on you being sick with the big pharma and stuff. You know what? There's so much I can't even say right now. Otherwise, this own insert is in fact going to end up censored itself. So no longer fall prey to the true propaganda and misinformation and come over to Rumble. It's built the same. It's the new YouTube, except for they support free speech. So why are you dancing around, especially if you're a content creator on this platform? Get over to Rumble. It's free. The monetization, I believe, is even better than YouTube. So there's more money to be made. It's just not, what do you say? The masses just aren't quite over there. However, it is blowing up. So you download the app, create a free account, and then you can watch this full episode uninterrupted and so much more. The majority of our episodes, I don't even bother to upload it to this tyrannical platform. So the only way you'll be in the know is by getting on Rumble, by following UNMUZZLED Chat. And we can create momentum together, my friends. I want you on the cast. I want you to speak your truths. It's collectively, as a community, together, united, that this type of evil tyrannical won't reign supreme for long when we grasp the strength we have together. Frankly, people aren't grasping the damning nature of censorship to the magnitude it deserves. We're not grasping that fast enough. It is a war tactic, and it's being deployed, and it's leading to mass manipulation, and frankly leading people down a path that is no good for their mind, body, soul, health, their whole experience in this existence. So I look forward to seeing you over there. Our main mission is essentially to secure health, well-being, and secure our future. Because we want to help you become the best version of you. And that encompasses a lot. And to secure our future, that encompasses a lot. But gosh dang, are we excited to dive in it. So let's get in it together. God bless you.